Greetings and welcome to Flavourful Eats. Today we're making some lovely cookies to celebrate Heart Healthy Month and Valentine's and everything good. Joining me is Nandini Lal. Thank you, Nandini, for joining me, and you're going to make some really good chocolate.
So first we're going to start out with heart healthy chocolate chip cookies with oats and avocado.
And you made your own applesauce, I believe.
Yeah.
So you want to start by telling us what you're putting together, the different ingredients we have?
So we have mashed avocado, we have vegetable oil, we have brown and white sugar, vanilla extract, cocoa powder, applesauce, oats, all-purpose flour, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and optional chocolate chips.
So, and you know, avocado is really heart healthy. So you want to start the process, you're going to be adding that into your bowl?
Yeah, so I'm going to be combining the avocado with the vegetable oil.
So that you're adding the oil, and then you're adding your brown and white sugar. And if at home you're feeling okay to use your hand, please go ahead and use your hand.
Okay.
The best tools is your hands.
Yeah.
As long as you have it washed and get started with it. And it works very, very well. And talking about this, do you know anything about the avocado and its nutritional value and why you think you added it into your chocolate cookies?
I think it's a much better substitute than butter, which most recipes use in their cookies.
And a good substitute because it's very good. It has monounsaturated fats, which is very, very good for our heart.
Yeah.
It's lots of good health value to the avocado. So what was the very first thing you baked?
Probably cupcakes.
Cupcakes. So you're adding a vanilla essence to that?
Yeah, vanilla extract, cocoa powder, and applesauce.
Okay, so we add that. And your applesauce. And this applesauce you made at home, apparently.
Yeah.
You added some spices to it.
Yes.
I can smell the cinnamon. What else did you add?
Cinnamon, nutmeg, and some cloves.
Oh, cinnamon. So the apples. So if you don't have apple cider, don't want to add those ingredients like that. If you have apple pie spice,
Yeah.
that'll work just fine. It already smells so good. I'm sure it's going to taste just as good. We need all the good stuff in there.
So I'm adding the oats, the flour.
So this is quick cooking oats, rolled oats?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the all-purpose flour. So if somebody is gluten intolerant, you think they can use gluten-free flour?
I think probably it just might not be as light when they bake.
Nowadays, the way the mix is coming, it's working out well. I made some gingerbread cookies with the grandson yesterday, and he was so excited. It was gluten-free, and it was very light. It was just almond flour.
Oh.
Almond flour, molasses, and ginger. And he was so excited. So it becomes like almost like a drop consistency, correct?
Yeah, but it's a little more wet than the usual cookie dough. Mainly because it doesn't have as much flour.
Right. And it's not as, it's almost like a brownie dough, but not quite.
Yeah.
So therefore you call it a cookie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is all done. So what you're doing is you're taking little handfuls and making it into...
Yeah, just like the size of a golf ball, I'd say.
So how many cookies does that make normally?
This makes about 12.
12, okay. That's a good amount.
Yeah.
So another little hint or tip, if you don't want it to stick a little bit in your hand like that, you can just grease it a little bit and that works too.
Yeah.
But you're doing a good job. So what size did you buy?
These are just the regular
Mini
chocolate chips.
Okay, and you can use Hershey's too, right?
Yeah, if you want a little more chocolate.
You're putting 3 in each, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we got that for 15 minutes. So we're going to be just doing the normal shortbread cookie where we have sugar, butter, and flour. There's no eggs. Vanilla and almond extract together with some sugar and salt. Pinch of salt. Pinch of salt brings out the flavor.
Yeah.
And we have our crab apple jelly and our sprinkles.
Yeah.
So you put a stick of butter into the mixer, and then we're going to be really making a big noise in the studio now. Okay. So that goes for about 5 minutes or so, right?
Yeah,
And room temperature butter is best to be used.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it becomes more creamy.
And the creamier you make it, the more flour it absorbs. It makes it much nicer end product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you learn from all of these processes through these last few years?
I mean, I guess being patient is really important. I'm not a patient person in general, but like just waiting for things to work, and if you forget something, just keep moving on.
It's amazing how science come into it, right? People think, oh man, just working in the kitchen, and it's like,
Yeah.
no big deal. But really, when you think of it, there's a lot of science going into it, right? Like a physics and chemistry more like anything, with all the how the baking powder works, with or the baking soda works, and how it adds different things to it, right?
I'm gonna add the sugar and the extracts.
And this is the vanilla extract,
Yeah. And
that's the almond extract. Good. And this is
that's the salt.
salt. Okay, you're just going to add a pinch of salt later.
Yeah.
So you're going to leave that to beat for a little longer till it's nice and fluffy. Maybe I'll put that aside. Okay. It's important to scrape the sides as you go too, so that it all gets nice and fluffy, and everything gets nicely melted together, the sugar and the butter. In the interest of time, we're taking it out quicker. At home, you can actually make it a little bit more fluffy than that. And a pinch of salt, correct? Yep. And then you chill this for 4 hours before you use it, right? Correct?
It really depends on the weather outside.
Yes.
So in the winter, I usually don't need it for that long.
Okay. Right, so Nandini was good enough again to have her parchment paper lined baking sheets, and you're going to be making your thumbprint cookies right now, right? So while you're doing that, I know you took out the cookies from the oven, but I'm just going to bring it out here to show what it looks like. So this was 15 minutes and it's all done. And they came out very good. Some of them with chocolate chips and some without. And we left it, it can leave it to cool a little bit, otherwise it's a little bit soft, right?
Yeah, it hardens
as
it
It's hardened as it cools. So it's just perfect. You can see it's not too brown, it's not, and it smells good. Can I help you make some rounds? Again, do you place it a little further away from each other?
Yeah, because these ones spread a bit, but you're also going to flatten them.
How many does this make?
I think it also really depends on the size. This one is more close to a dozen.
A dozen? Okay. So we're almost done.
Yeah.
Again, yours is a little bit bigger than mine.
This one is some extra.
I think you can get a little more and maybe make an extra one there. Okay, we're done. Want to put your thumbprints?
Yeah, so I'm just going to flatten it a bit and then make a heart with my pointer finger for Valentine's Day.
And you're going to be putting some crab apple jam.
Yeah.
And this is homemade crab apple jam, which we provide in the recipe, but it's basically just crab apples and sugar heated together.
Yeah.
The pectin from the apples that makes it form into jelly. Correct?
Yeah.
So you see, again, Nandini is going to show you how she's using her fingers to make a heart. Can you put this hand down? I mean, hold it, but there you go. So like a little V.
Yeah.
Maybe you can bring the jam to you here. And that just bakes for 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah.
So it's a very nice shortbread recipe. So you just thought of this idea yourself?
Yeah, because to make it a little more Valentine's Day themed.
Right. And if one wants to put strawberry jam, any fresh
Yeah.
fruit jam will always work. It's just not, you just thought we're doing homemade, so everything homemade here, right? And New England is full of crab apples and coming up, well, over fall. And tart, crab apples are slightly tart, so therefore you
Yeah.
add enough sugar to make it sweet. Sweetness to your taste again. That's very nicely done. And the heat of the oven will,
Yeah.
you're going to put that one?
And you can just sprinkle the.
I'll leave it to you to do. I don't want to spoil your
Okay.
offerings. Yes, this is a quicker way to do it. Do all your thumbprints first and then go and put the jam over and then go sprinkle over. So it's like making your hand a little V
Yeah.
to make it look like hearts. And you see, it doesn't take all that long. I mean, people are always scared to start baking and doing all of that, but it doesn't take all that long.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, a little bit of patience. So now, how are you managing to? You have a website to do all of this?
Yeah. Where the website has a menu and people can email me.
If they want to
Order.
order. Oh, that's good. An entrepreneur, a side hustle already. So with all your different activities, when do you find time to bake?
I usually try to bake on Fridays.
Weekends? Oh,
Or
okay.
yeah, close to the weekend.
Okay, and you make just about anything?
Yeah, I love trying out new desserts, not just sticking with the same things.
And you actually are okay to bake with eggs and things. So here you're doing eggless because we are Flavourful Eats and we don't
Yeah.
work with eggs. So if somebody wants to make this vegan, all you need to do is put Earth Balance butter or margarine, what it's called, Earth Balance. So it becomes vegan. Even here you could have vegan chocolate chips. Yes, and there's no nuts or anything, so it
Yeah.
makes it, for people that with nut allergies, it's good to go too.
Yep.
So you're sprinkling your salt, I mean your sugar.
Yeah.
The reason I've taken it out, they have a camera right there.
Oh.
I don't want it to be. It's a simple yet delicious looking cookies. Okay, so we put this in the oven for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So Nandini, we came up with really good cookies, and they're very heart healthy, especially that one with the avocado and all of that. And shortbread is always very well received, and you did a very good job with using your finger to make a little heart shape. Thank you so much for your creativity, and tell people where they can reach you.
So my company is called Keep Calm Have a Cupcake, and the website is Keep Calm Have a Cupcake Bakery at wix.org. It's a very specific URL, so it's kind of hard to say.
Okay, but yeah, you did a very great job, and I'm sure you're really going to be growing from leaps and bounds. Thank you for joining me at Flavourful Eats. And even though you did eggless and it could be vegan recipe out here, you do just about anything.
Yeah.
And you love being creative with different desserts.
Definitely.
So maybe we'll have you sometime later doing absolutely gorgeous desserts and wowing everybody.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me at Flavourful Eats. Nandini Lal. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is from Flavourful Eats. It's always available, flavorfuleats@gmail.com, as well as to watch us, ActonTV.org. Take care, enjoy, be well. Bye-bye.